Hey everybody, this is Donnie from Adex Clubs and welcome to another episode of Box Talk. That's for you, buddy. Anyway, today's order is going to be going out to, Today's order is going to be going out to Matt, upstate Florida, I'm going to say, because we're in South Florida and he's further up north. Well, anyway, Matt purchased, I'm yelling at the camera here. Matt purchased a fat handle club kit. Our fat handles are our best seller. These are the number one. Everybody loves the fat handle club kit. So anyway, what I want to talk to you guys about today is I started this business 10 years ago. I started Adex. That was after I had been messing around with maces and clubs. Well, clubs predominantly. I didn't get into maces until after I started Adex. I have to say that. But I started using clubs in 2007. 2008, I decided to make one of my own. And I made that first adjustable club out of a T-ball bat, and then it all just morphed from there. But I've been doing this for quite a while. I'm really into the club exercise, club training. I love this stuff. I mean, honestly, I do not lift weights anymore. I'm going to say this like a gazillion times, so please don't get tired of hearing it. There's a reason why I'm saying this. I do not lift weights anymore. This has served me well for my life. I have to say that. I feel I'm living a life where my fitness is very conducive to what I do. I exercise regularly, and I got pretty good at doing the clubs. I'm not going to say I'm the top coach or anything like that, but I'm a good coach for club instructing. I did a few seminars, few certifications. I did tons and tons of workshops. And I've got to say that I feel great at 60 years old. I always say this is the best I felt in my life. Well, besides being, under 20, this is probably the best I felt in my life. And it's all Mason club training right now. So with that being said, have you guys taken the time to go through our Adex Club YouTube channel? I've got about, I think there's about 265 videos up there right now currently. Some of them are from, 10 years ago, and some of them are, very recent. The video library is very extensive. I did it so that people could start training with clubs right away if they didn't have an instructor in their area, or if they did have an instructor and they just wanted to follow somebody else. We have all these videos, and things like how to do a mill but broken down into 4 separate exercises. It makes it a lot easier. You practice the exercises, put them together. That's how I learned. I taught myself to piece together all of the exercises, in different parts, the complex exercise. So you take a movement like the mill, which is very complex for a new person doing this. It takes a little bit of skill to get it right. I mean, I was doing it for like 3 years, and Mr. Mace Man, Rick Brown, actually caught a little mistake in mine, and he corrected it for me. And, thank goodness I hang around with people that iron sharpens iron. I am a firm believer in that. So I want to hang around with the best instructors and the best people to talk about, maces and clubs and their theories on it and the way they train. As you can see, I work with Mark Wildman, and he's very good. But back to Rick. Rick caught a little problem in my mill back in the day when I was first starting. He says, you can't look sloppy doing that. We're going to correct that. So he gave me something to work on, and then I realized why I was doing that, where the weakness was, And then I came up with a good way. I got to get a piece of cardboard, guys. I came up with a good way to instruct how to teach the mill to people who don't know how to do a mill, because it's a very complex movement. I mean, the first time I saw it, I was like, holy smokes, what are they doing to make that club move the way they're doing? And you got to remember, the first time I saw a mill was in 2007. So, and it was on a video, and the video was done fairly well, but it wasn't, you know, an instructional on how to do the mill. It was just basically the performance of the mill. And, you know, I had to figure it out. And lo and behold, you know, even though I wasn't doing them regularly, I just happened to, by mistake, be doing the exercises that would lead up to that once I strung it all together. It all worked out well in the end, let's just say. So if you've got a movement, let's say, like a mill, inside mill, outside mill, are probably the most complex for, you know, club training. That, to break it down into the little pieces and then move, you know, let's say a quarter of the movement, so you know, just, you know, the, just swinging underhand and catching the club out here and an outside open arm clean. Let's just say, so your hand is this way, just to get that balance over here. And then putting the club behind your back, and then taking that club and bringing it over to the front, and then again, casting it out, doing the bottom pendulum back and forth, you know, inside and outside. Practice that. That'll help you learn all the balance points. When you do the mill in, let's say, when you finally put it together and do it and you get that mill, it's good to stop, swing, landmark your point here, landmark your point here, landmark here, cast it out. Again, do your landmarks and pause at each one for a second, because that helps you build a little bit of isometric strength there. And it also shows mastery of the movement, and you can back out of it. And if it's too heavy, you know what's really cool about Adex clubs? You can lighten the weight so that's just a little easier to use, or you can make it heavier. But anyway, I'm going to get the label on Matt's package right here. And I hope you guys check out our Adex Club YouTube channel, because I've got a lot of good stuff on there, and you guys are really going to enjoy it. But anyway, I'm going to see you guys on the platform real soon. See you at the next podcast of this episode, or what are we going to call this? Pod clip. It's a pod clip. It's a short podcast. So we're going to try to get them together, and we're going to bring out more of these if you guys like them. What topics do you want to hear from, you know, me talk about? You know, put topics in the comments, and I'll touch on them while I'm doing the boxes. Anyway, see you guys on the platform. I'm going to talk about that one day too. Peace!